Oh, what is going on, everyone? It is Rod here with the highly requested, the highly anticipated World Record Review Revival. Kind of. So World Record Review was a series we did for I think about a year or half a year. I don't know how long we kept that up. It was a lot of work. We would look every month at every world record set in the month. 150cc, 200cc, every single run. We had expert analysis. I would reach out to the world record holders. They would give their insight. Every turn, every trick, every strat. When there was a new strat, we would teach it to you guys. I would throw in motion glider videos, like the army using his hands, like the whole thing. High production value, great videos that came out of it, but a lot of work, unsustainable. We were always behind. The videos would come out late. And yeah, it was good for, going in depth on the world records, but in terms of keeping you guys up to date, it wasn't that good, right? Because it was behind. It was we'd upload the April review in June, and then you guys would comment and be like, okay, well, this is irrelevant now because such and such happened. So that brings us here to the weekly world record report. Where you are basically, if you're like me, right? And granted, I am very involved in the world record scene. I am a manager for the MK8DX Records channel. I'm a site staff member for the Mario Kart World Record website. I'm very involved, and even I don't really know what's going on in the world record scene. There's just so much that happens. If you're like me, you see the video get uploaded on the world record channel. You may give it a watch, and you'll be like, okay, cool. And then you watch the next one, and then you go 3 weeks without watching any, and then you don't know what's going on. And yeah, world record review was nice, but it was not. I think even that, in terms of just staying up to date, this is it. This is your one-stop shop for just keeping up with the times, knowing what's going on, especially now post balance patch. There is a lot going on, guys. This is not a short video. This video, you can look. You know how long it is. I don't know how long it is. I'm guessing it's about an hour. We have 27 world records to watch in this video, and that's what we're going to do every week. Hopefully not that many every week, but every week we're going to be watching the current world record on every track that had a world record that week. Meaning, if a track had 4 world records, 5 world records set throughout the week, we're only going to be looking at the newest one, right? We're just every week we're going to say, okay, where are we now? What has changed in the past week? Let's watch. And I really mean that. I don't have any expert insight. Especially in this one, Alberto was kind enough to provide some insight on some of his runs. But most of the crew, the world record review crew, as I like to call it, they just found out. I just told them today, I was like, yo, I think I'm gonna do this thing, and it's gonna be sick. So hopefully next week, we got some more, just small comments, just some small insight from the world record holder. And yeah, it's really just gonna be us watching. I'm going to be watching, you're going to be watching. I'll provide some reactions, but let's get it started, guys. This is exciting. This is exciting. The first place we are heading to is Ice Outpost, 150cc. I can go over here. And I will admit that the first 3 tracks we're looking at, I actually did already watch because I recorded this, and then my hard drive ran out of space. And instead of combining, because the whole point of this thing is to be as little work as possible. There's going to be no post-production. I'm just hitting the pause button in OBS and uploading the file. I decided it would just be easier to record the first 3 tracks again. So anyway, a 145.073 on Ice Outpost, and as is the case with a lot of these tracks, they were really only improved because of the balance patch. So before the balance patch, Army had the world record with a 145.216. That world record stood for 401 days. 401 days, guys. 401 days. Balance patch, boom. March 27th, Braden comes with a 145.211. Then Army improves on the same day to reclaim. Braden used Birdo Bitty Buggy, which is the same as the current world record combo. Peach Bitty Buggy, Peach, Daisy, Birdo, Yoshi, all have the same stats. And one of those characters, in combination with the Bitty Buggy, has been dominating the time trial scene. Before this, it was Baby Daisy on the Bitty Buggy. You guys may remember, we did look at that in World Record Review in the first World Record Review. And actually, something that happened since those January 1st and 2nd, 2021 world records is in July, there was a new shroom strat that was found, and we're going to be looking at that. It was something that surprised me when I looked at this run the first time I recorded it, like 20 minutes ago. But yeah, the shroom is new, and we'll see that live. So anyway, guys, sit back, relax. We got a lot of world records to watch. 150cc and 200cc. We're going to be looking at them all. Let me move myself over just a little bit. And yeah, Peach Bitty Buggy. Let's give it a watch. So one thing that Alberto noted for his Peach Gardens record, which is just true in general, is right, any track that used to be like Baby Daisy and is now a Yoshi. I'm counting this as Yoshi, right? Peach and Yoshi have the same stats. Oh, before I mention this, so the world record used to mushroom on this turn. They used their mushroom here around this turn. Instead, Super Mini Turbo into Super Mini Turbo, then all this mushroom here. That has been deemed faster, and it led to like almost 10 improvements for Alberto in 2 days on the 25th and 26th of July. So yeah, good new shroom strat. Found to be a lot faster. And anyway, what I was saying is Yoshi Bitty Buggy, every mini turbo is just slightly harder to get than it was on Baby Daisy. You still go for all the same mini turbos, I'm pretty sure, but it just takes that extra millisecond longer to charge to get to the Super Mini Turbo or the Mini Turbo. So it just makes everything slightly harder. And I think some tracks it's more exemplified than others. When it was already hard to get a Mini Turbo out with Baby Daisy, it's now like impossible, almost, with Yoshi. And we'll get to that on Peach Gardens. That's what Alberto wanted to note. But I'm sure it's, the same, or, slightly still difficult. On Ice Outpost, nice little Kusan slide to end it off. 145.073 by Army. Alright, next up we got 3DS Piranha Plant Slide, a 158.666 by P. Pretty well spread out from second place. The world record before the bounce patch was a 158.997, also by P. He improved that, that record stood for 92 days, and then P improved immediately twice using Link Teddy Buggy, and then Iggy Mach 8. Mach 8 is the same. Oh, wait, no, that's the next track. Sorry, I got confused. So yeah, he used Link Teddy Buggy. This track used to use Waluigi Bitty Buggy. Now it uses Birdo Bitty Buggy. So he went Link Teddy Buggy, Iggy Mach 8, and now Birdo Bitty Buggy on March 28th. Nice Birdo world record. And yeah, guys, also let me know like what you want to see, sort of, because this is like for you guys, right? Keeping you guys up to date in the world record scene. I think it's it's nice to have you guys up to date on the world record scene. I don't know how else to say that. But yeah, let me know like what you would want to see, like format wise or information wise, in future weeks when we do these videos again. But yeah, I mean, cause I don't got a lot, guys. So we're just gonna give it a watch. There's some cool strats on this track, and you'll see. This is something I don't do, which I really should do online. The glider strat. Look at that. Kusan slide off of the thing. Very nice. Very clean. I'm not that good at this track, so this is useful for me. I gotta get that time trial series going. Yeah, that's a great strat. I like that strat. Kusan slide off the thing. Oh yeah, and then there, bro just hits the wall. Bro just straight up drives into the wall and then continues like nothing happened and still gets the world record. It's crazy. I respect, but it's crazy. Boom. 158.666 on Ice Outpost. Still 150cc, but we are going to head over to Electrodrome. All right, we got a 155.581 on Electrodrome by Alberto. He had the world record before the balance patch. It stood for 127 days using Roy Bitty Buggy. And then immediately, or actually not immediately, it took a few weeks. On March 25th, there was the first improvement by a Japanese player named Gazelle using Pink Yoshi Mach 8. And then Alberto got it with Luigi Sports Coupe. So for those who don't know, Mach 8, Sports Coupe, and Ink Striker all have the same stats. Luigi and Yoshi don't though. But Luigi has the same stats as Iggy. And Iggy Mach 8 is the current world record combo used by Alberto. I hit the wrong thing. He's using Iggy Mach 8 on Electrodrome. And this combo is interesting. This is the record that my recording died on last time. So we're about to get up to date, at least for me. But I'm very used to seeing Mach 8 like with Dry Bowser, like on Big Blue or whatever. And it's like this massive vehicle. And then here with Iggy, like it's so narrow. I don't know. It's interesting. It just feels so compact. But this is a good run. In my opinion. I mean, I don't know. It's crazy that you didn't get the last note there. I don't know why. Anyway, here you drift off, you charge an Ultra Mini Turbo, and you jump out of the shortcut. You'll see that on lap 3, you don't need that Ultra Mini Turbo. It's lap 3. Didn't get that last note again. It's crazy. It's crazy. I just want to hear it. Slight little motion glider there. There we go. We got the note that time. And then, yeah, you see here, you can release the mini turbo off. Only needs a super mini turbo to get into the finish line. And boom, Electrodrome, 155.581. All right, we got Bone Dry Dunes, 150cc. This one set on March 29th, a 146.849 by Army. For those who remember, this combo used to be Baby Daisy Bitty Buggy. It is now Peach Bitty Buggy, a common theme. Army has been dominating Bone Dry Dunes. Didn't let anyone else get the world record after the balance patch. And by the way, wow, okay. The record before the balance patch was released was on July 6th, 2021. Meaning it stood for 631 days. And then boom, balance patch, 20 days later, Army comes with this. So, very strong record that with the balance patch, you're just simply faster using Peach, so you may as well. But once again, every mini turbo is harder to get. It doesn't stop Army though. I mean, look at this. Look at the shenanigans that just went on. Wow. What a turn. So faster to drift off that ramp, get Ultra Mini Turbo. Good to know. Very clean shortcut into this NISC, which is pretty cool. Nice to see that on 150. Oh, crazy lap 3 strat for the shortcut. Love to see that. Wow, good record. All right, we got our first 200cc world record of the week. We got Boo Lake 59.526 by Army. Be also making it the first track to have a different world record, or at least that we've seen this week, different world record holder after the balance patch. Before the balance patch, we had Alberto using Waluigi Bitty Buggy. That record stood for 80 days. It was a 59.651. Then P got the record, then Army got the record. They all used some form of Luigi Bitty Buggy, either Luigi or Iggy on the Bitty Buggy. This one by Army is with Luigi button tires, which was also used before the balance patch, so that still stays the same. And yeah, this one was set on March 29th. Army did get 3 records, one on March 28th and then 2 on March 29th. In this category, and wow, we are fast. This is 200 now. Now I used to alternating between 150 and 200, but wow, what a turn. Goes wide to get the coins. Good line. Oh my god. This is a highly impressive record. I can never do this. I mean, wow. I'm hitting every single wall imaginable. Oh my god, that was disgusting. Wow. Alright, we got Wii DK Summit. There is no pre-balance patch for this one because it's a Wave 4 track. We got a 158.342 by Calcaire. I don't know how you pronounce it. He got 2 world records this week, and he got one on March 24th as well. So he's been chilling. We got King Boo Teddy Buggy. I haven't watched this record since week 2. I don't know when that was. I guess may have been Calcaire's 431. Probably was the 158.744. Let's give this a watch. This is probably going to be less surprising because this is a newer track, so I don't think anything drastic has occurred. But you never know. You never know. I mean, a solid improvement for 13 days. I gotta learn how to do that. I always get sent to the right. Alright, nice little coin strat here. 5 points. The time trialer. Which type are you, DK Summit? Nice. 8 coins. Zipper strat. What was that? What? Fun fact, actually. Drifting like that, I mean, granted it was 200cc, but like hour 2 of the DLC being released, I posted a clip of that on Twitter, and I said, please be faster. It was 200cc, but glad to see the R-Attach strat being used on 150cc. Anything that I find is called the R-Attach strat. But that was very cool. Also, that was sick. It goes up here, goes up here. That's insane. That's insane. That's insane. Suspicious. Huh, doesn't get the boost panel. I feel like that was an accident. Also, only has 9 coins. Fun fact. What is going on? Jeez, wow. Okay, so I think the website is wrong. I mean, the website says 820 for this run, but bro had 9 coins, so I'm gonna amend that at some point. All right, we got Berlin Byways 200cc, a 121.936 by Army, set on March 30th, 2023. He had the world record before the balance patch. This was for 64 days. Then on March 14th, American player Miguel came with a 121.966, beating the 984 that was before it. The track went from Waluigi Teddy Buggy to Rosalina Teddy Buggy, and which is the same as King Boo Teddy Buggy. I'm seeing that the Shroom Strat is 021. Apparently, the run before was a 111 Shroom Strat. I'm going to check this real quick. Seems suspicious. Yeah, that's a mistake on the website. It was also a 021. So the Shroom Strat has not changed post-balance patch, but let's give this a watch. Oh, we got Crimson Slim. The combo has changed. Before the balance patch, it was the roller tires, specifically the Azure roller tires. But now we got Teddy Buggy Crimson Slim, which is a combo I've seen more of post-balance patch. Balance patch. So cool to see. 200cc Berlin Byways, King Boo Teddy Buggy Crimson Slim. Those of you who watched the R-Type versus JP Givener 200cc Shortcut Challenge on my channel, this was an important track. Nice little motion ladder shenanigans. This is a good track. Nice little Nisk action there. Interesting. Bro's excited. Very nice. 121.936. Let's move on. Peach Gardens, a 202.938 by Alberto before the bounce patch. Panda had the world record with a 203.717. Pretty significant. So that used Baby Daisy Bitty Buggy, so for 28 days. When Panda improved it on March 10th with a 203.220, but then Army got the record. Those both used Birdo Bitty Buggy. Then Panda got it back with Yoshi Bitty Buggy, and then Alberto on March 31st got this time. March 31st was a Friday, I believe, so we're now at Friday. We're almost at the end of the week, actually. But the weekend activity picks up. So anyway, 202.938 by Alberto. This is the track that he wanted to specifically mention. He said, I guess you can mention how the track is infinitely harder now. And me being as intelligent as I am, I had no idea what he was talking about. And I said, why is it infinitely harder? He said, charging the MTs with Yoshi takes a bit longer than it did with babies, making every single MT a lot tighter and more precise. Which is what I was talking about earlier. So, there you go. Expert insight from Alberto. Much easier than the in-depth analysis we used to do in World Record Review. I would have to interview Baby Daisy herself if we were still making that. So, very nice. Anyway, Peach on Peach Gardens. I mean, you love to see that. You can't complain. God. I think I made this joke before, but me personally, I'm hitting that wall. guess this track would be fun to time trial. I mean, it seems difficult, but it could be fun if you know what you're doing. Nice, Ultra Mini Turbo. Tricks there, okay. Very nice. 202.938. Yeah, that is the sub. Panda was the first to get the sub on March 17th, and Alberto got this time. So very nice. Alright, we got Wii Wario's Goldmine, 150cc, a 202.192. This was set on Friday, March 31st as well by Shira. Before the balance patch, Frog had the world record for 99 days using Wario Splat Buggy Slim tires. Then, after the balance patch, Frog got the world record again using the same combo, and technically Splat Buggy and Slim were buffed. He only improved by 6 milliseconds though. Then he got the record with a 202.381 using Wario Mach 8, Crimson Slim. And now we have Pink Yoshi Bitty Buggy Azure Roller. So no more is Slim. This track has used either Slim or Crimson Slim since the first record. Every single world record on this track has used either Slim or Crimson Slim until March 31st, 2023 with Shira's Yoshi Bitty Buggy Roller world record. That just tells you the power of Yoshi Bitty Buggy and its mini turbos. Crazy. That's actually insane. But I'm looking forward to it. Wow. Never thought I would see a non-Slim record. Wario's Goldmine 150cc. And here. What the hell? Bro is so fast. The camera doesn't know what to do. It's crazy. Doing it again. Dude, what? What is that? Where did you use mushroom? It's a shroom star, right? Let's see. Okay, nice. This record's crazy, bro. What is going on? Mini turbo galore is happening on this track. Mini turbo galore. It's crazy. Bro hit the pole. Alright, we got Cloudtop Cruise 150cc by Alberto, a 159.551. Before the balance patch, the record was a 159.786 by Army. It stood for 422 days. It was set on February 2nd, 2022, 2/2/22. And then on March 31st, Alberto got two world records, a 159.776 and a 159.551. Army used Waluigi Mr. Scooty. And actually, Army only had one world record, but it did stand for a long time. Alberto had a lot of world records on this track. But they were all Waluigi Bitty Buggy or Waluigi Scooty or DK Scooty, something like that. But now we got Alberto using Luigi Ink Striker, Shroom Start. And Alberto did provide some comments on this one. He said, pace break. There's a pace break on Cloudtop Cruise now because of the bounce patch. So, pace break getting 3 for 3 clip on the second bounce saves a lot and really difficult to do. I don't know what he's talking about. I think we just watched the second bounce, but I'm going to look for a clip. And using a shroom around the panel that gets pace locked. Also slides at the end after the Kusan are done to avoid the speed loss as the finish line is far away. Okay, we're going to get to that. Okay, one thing at a time. If you guys understood that, I hope you did. But basically he's saying, okay, 3 for 3 clip on the second. So this is the first bounce. And let's see what happens on the second bounce. Oh, I see. Whoa, that was crazy. Okay, so if you guys notice, like, he kind of, yeah, he clipped the edge of that thing. It shot him forward. So, and I guess he got that all 3 laps. So that's a huge time save. That contributes to the pace break. Pace break being these lightnings on the boost panels. I guess before you'd have to slow down to get the boost panel and not get shocked. But now you're chilling with 3 for 3 clip on the second bounce and using a shroom around the panel. Okay, so he hasn't used his mushrooms yet. He's going to wait. Probably going to use them on lap 3. Because, yeah, the only one he used was a... Oh my god, I'm hitting that wall, personally. Yeah, the only one he used was the shroom start. Let's see, he goes 3 for 3. That's a crazy strat. Okay. He has both his mushrooms to try to beat the lightning bolts right now. So he uses a... Oh, actually, okay, you use your mushroom around the panel that gets pace locked. I see. So that would be that one. Okay, nice. Still has one more. Here we go. And then some stuff about Kusan slides at the end. Hop, 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 hop. There you go. Because if you just slid, you would lose your momentum. You're too far away. But, yeah, you do those hops and the slides to avoid the speed loss as the finish line is far away. We figured that out together, but thank you, Alberto, for providing the insight. That's a very cool clip on the super bounce. I mean, how does one even figure that out? That's insane. Alright, we got Twisted Mansion 150cc, a 153.539 by Alberto, who had the record before the bounce patch. It was a 154.460 on August 30th, 2022. So that's it for 191 days. Also by Alberto using Baby Daisy, Bitty Buggy. Then the bounce patch happened. P got 2 world records on March 9th with Birdo Bitty Buggy. Then Alberto took it back. Then Thomas came. Pause. And he got the world record. And then Alberto took it back and got 2. Well, he got 2. No, he got 1 world record on March 11th and 2 on Friday, March 31st. Lots of Friday, March 31st world records, including this one on 153.539 using Yoshi Bitty Buggy instead of Baby Daisy Bitty Buggy. I'm assuming the strats are the same, and the 0.9 improvement is mostly carried by how fast Yoshi is now. Alberto didn't have any comments on this run. So let's give it a watch. Speed. Dude, like, I'm hitting so many walls. This is crazy. What? I mean, this is insane. This is crazy. So clean. Wow. Wow. I mean, just wow. We are at Thwomp Ruins 150cc, a tie. A tie, so I have to think about this one. We got Alberto, technically, with the world record this week of a 148.307. So this came on Friday, March 31st. 10 days prior, Shira got a 148.307. You know, in the future when this stuff happens, like, we would have already watched the 148.307 from the previous week. So we're just gonna watch this Alberto's run. I can't make a live like tie video. But before the bounce patch, Alberto did have the record with Baby Daisy Bitty Buggy. You can probably guess the combo now. That stood for 263 days. It was a 148.975. Then Shira got the record after the bounce patch. Alberto took it back. Shira took it back. Alberto tied with a 148.307 Yoshi Bitty Buggy. No surprise. It's cool to note that the first record after the bounce patch was Dry Bones Bitty Buggy. Troy, if you're watching, Dry Bones Bitty Buggy had a world record on March 9th. Stood for a day, 148.838. Now we got Yoshi Bitty Buggy. So, it's kind of cool. Wow. Fun fact. The one track that I have time trialed in 150cc is this track, Thwomp Ruins. And it is nothing like this run, I can tell you that. This is insane. It was a pretty good time, though. I think it made top 10 North American. It's crazy. On 150cc. Yeah, it was before any of this stuff. I mean, wow. I mean, can't compete with that. But that's why sometimes online you see me go up on the anti-graph section. Yeah. Okay. Oh my turn. Wow. Okay, doesn't even go for glider anymore. No more glider on lap 3. Interesting. The mini turbos are just too fast, man. They're just too fast. Super mini turbo into mini turbo, trick, shenanigans. Nice. I mean, good run. I mean, nice. All right, GBA Riverside Park 150cc on Wednesday, March 29th. P got a 125.555, but then on the 31st, Alberto got 2 world records, ending with a 125.523. This track originally used Baby Mario Bitty Buggy, which is the same as Dry Bones Bitty Buggy. So more Dry Bones Bitty Buggy world records. Alberto got 3 of them on March 9th. But it's settled to Yoshi Bitty Buggy / Birdo Bitty Buggy. This run using normal Yoshi, green Yoshi, Bitty Buggy, and yeah, I mean, there's no pre-post bounce patch, so let's just give this one a watch. All right. What a turn. yeah, I mean, good run. Not much has changed since when we watched it a few weeks ago, but solid run. All right, we got Dry Dry Desert 200cc, the first world record post balance patch set on March 31st, 2023 by Panda, who had the world record already. And this track is difficult. It's only had 52 world records. Panda, he had a world record on February 27th, 2021 that stood for 305 days. Wait, okay, let's go back actually. On January 26th, so Panda got his first record on January 24th on this track, taking it from Brandon. Wait, he actually got, never mind. He got his first record on January 22nd, taking it from Brandon, who had a reign of like hundreds, like 4, 5, 600s of days on this track from January 29th, 2018 all the way to January 22nd, 2020. So that's almost 2 years that Brandon had the world record on this track. Panda comes, pause, on 122, January 22nd, beats Brandon's time. 2 days later, Brandon responds. He's like, no, I've held this track for 2 years. I'm taking it back. 118.116. Sorry, 118.116. No, 118.272 was Brandon's time. Then on January 25th, Panda gets a 118.089. Has held the world record since, including a 117.928, the first sub 118, which he was satisfied with on January 26th. It stood for 366 days when he decided to, for a 1 year anniversary, just get a 18 millisecond improvement for fun. Sorry, this is the reason we have scripts in World Record Review. And then on January 28th, 2021, he got a record that stood for 30 days, beat it with a 117.640. That stood for 305 days. When he got another record for fun, that stood for 1 day. Then he got a 117.256. It stood for 456 days. Then the balance patch came out, and Panda got this record on Friday. Panda has held the world record on this track for a combined total of 1,167 days. That's a lot of days. That's 53.88% of the time since this game's release. Panda has had the world record. Enough history. Let's watch the run. Using Rosalina Streetle, same combo as before, except Rosalina is slightly faster than it was before, and the tires are now the sponge tires rather than the Azure Roller tires. So, Dry Dry Desert, 200cc. You know, if you're a betting man, you're betting on Panda to continue having the world record on this track. This track is insanely difficult also, by the way. It's great. Oh my god, that was so clean, dude. That's crazy. Dude, like, guys, you don't understand how crazy it is that he's not getting slowed down at all by the off-road. It is not as easy as it looks. And it does not look easy. Sirens are after Panda. God, dude, like, he hits the tree and he still gets a clean disc. That is insane. Well done, Panda. I hope you continue your reign on this track. Bangkok Rush, 150cc. We got a 142.191. This record came on April 1st. We've moved on to Saturday. This is by Y146. Has held the record since March 20th, uncontested, and yeah, his record before this was actually, he got multiple. He got 3 world records this week. The first was on Monday, a 142.269. Then he got a .235 on the 31st. And then on April 1st, he got a 142.191. This is using Yoshi Mr. Scooty, which has been the case since March 15th, when it used to be Yoshi Teddy Buggy. Anyway, let's give it a watch. Enough history. It's kind of, I'm going against my intro where I said we're just here to watch. We're just here to watch. Top path. That was a crazy coin grab. Loki was not there, but okay. Yeah, I'm hitting that wall, but okay. I'm hitting that one too. Ooh, shortcut moment. This is a fun one. Look at the motion glider. Oh my god. Nice. The strat is coming up. The infamous strategy of this track. Top path. Nice. Solid record. I like that. Moving on. Alright, Water Park 150cc. Before the balance patch, Alberto had the record on February 10th, so it stood for 27 days. That was a 139.852. It's now a .501. Alberto got it post balance patch with Iggy Ink Striker, changing it from Roy Scooty. Then Shira got improved the record multiple times, like 6 or 7 times, using Yoshi Bitty Buggy, and Alberto's took it back on April 1st. But Shira did get all his records actually were this week. He got 1 on the 28th. He got 1, 2, 3 on the 29th, 2 on the 30th. Then Alberto on April 1st got this 139.501. His comments about the run are, well, with all those Shira records, Shira re-implemented the old baby strats with added motion glider. And you get your improvement. Let's give it a watch. Oh, I see what he's saying. This track used to be a baby track until July 16th, 2020. Huh. So it switched from babies. Usually it's the other way. So this track switched from babies to Roy Scooty. And then with the balance patch, Shira used the baby strats, like, you know, Witch Mini Turbos and stuff, but with Yoshi, and that proves to be faster. Very nice. And that was before motion glider was a thing in 2019 when baby strats were used. So re-implement baby strats and add motion glider gives you a world record. Very nice. Nice. All right, we got a bit of a situation on Amsterdam Drift 150cc. That world record, 135.088, was set today. So it's technically not part of the weekly review. But the thing is, the world record that should be a part of the weekly review is by the same guy. So instead, we are going to my guy Technical, a 135.298. Cop Cal's record will be watched next week, because this is a weekly thing. But it's too special not to watch this record. Technical's first 150cc world record. Man is a god on 200cc. but now he has a 150cc world record as well. He had 2 world records, a 135.302 and this one, a 135.298 on March 30th and March 31st. Per his comments, he said, I learned the track for my 150cc competitive team, United Bros, and he got within 0.6 of world record in just 2 hours, so he decided to grind it out. Both runs are hard carried by lap 2. That's going to be me when I do my time trial series for fun, just to learn a track. I'm going to be within 0.3 of a world record, and then I'm just going to get it, because I'm just that guy. Fun fact, I am not that guy, but technical is. I am not surprised at all that he played a track for fun and almost got the world record, and then continued and did get the world record. So, great job, Tech. First 150cc world record. You're a man now. Just kidding. Because I have 200cc world record, and I'm also a man, I'd like to think. Anyway, enough. Lap 2, hard carried this run, so let's see why. Another Yoshi Betty Buggy, by the way. This track did used to be Yoshi Teddy Buggy until March 11th, so it's like 2 days. Doesn't really count. Great mushroom. Let's see what he does here. Mushroom into Nisk. Nice, Nisk. Great. Congratulations, technical. 135.298. Guys, this has been a long video, and we're kind of not even close to done, so it's kind of funny. All right, we got Sydney Sprint 200cc. Before the balance patch, Army had the world record. Stood for 186 days. Actually, Army and Vincent had the world record because they tied with a 124.801. Vincent's world record stood for 193 days. Oh, I see. Okay, well, Vincent's world record stood for 7 days, and then Army tied it. So then Vincent's record stood for 193 days. Army stood for 186. Balance patch came out. Vincent took the world record. Same combo. The combo on this track used to be Wario Standard Cart. Standard Cart, guys. Standard Cart. I just wanted to confirm that. Usually the speed combo was Wario Gold Cart, or Gold Standard as it's called. Gold Standard, Crimson Slim. But for some reason on this track, they just used the regular Standard Cart, which was buffed along with the Crimson Slim. So same combo, just happens to be faster now. Vincent got the world record on March 30th with a .491. Then Army on the 31st, a .466. And then on April 1st, Vincent's 124.380, which we are about to watch. Interesting that it's Mario Standard Cart, not Gold Cart. I can kind of see it. I kind of get it. Gold, like, there's not as much just like straights on this track, so I guess maybe that's why. Who knows? Great turn there. Fantastic. Always cool to see the Standard Cart in a world record, even before the balance patch. So that's pretty cool. Ooh, nice mushroom. Bro refuses to trick, but we like that. Looks like motion glider. Alright, nice little strat there. Great turn. Nice. Very nice. 124.380. That's what we like to see. Hyrule Circuit, 200cc. Jenswa has had the world record before and after the balance patch. Before the balance patch, he had a 120.344. So for 70 days, then he improved. Then he improved twice on March 30th and twice on April 1st, ending with this 119.965 before the balance patch. Oh, by the way. Yeah, this is a crack time. for pre-bounce patch, 4th North American at the time. Anyway, Genswa was using Waluigi Bitty Buggy, and now he uses, well, first he used Luigi Ink Striker for the first world record, and now Luigi Teddy Buggy is the world record combo on Hyrule Circuit 200cc. Let's see what he does. You used to hop into the grass there, but now you drift, so that's kind of cool. Motion glider, wow, okay. Mini turbo here. These are all things I don't do in my run. I don't get that mini turbo either. Okay, no hop Nisk. There's always been many different ways to do the Nisk, and they're all like pretty fast. So, but I mean that does seem like really fast, the no hop method. I don't think he even had to brake. We'll see a lap 2. Just goes. Yeah, he does not brake after the cut. I mean, he has to brake before, obviously, but after, no braking. Very nice. What turn? Oh my god. So, oh, actually, no, this whole mini turbo is new. It used to just be Ultra Mini Turbo and then just Trick, no Motion Glider. Motion Glider has been this thing since August 31st, 2021. Very nice. 119.965, the sub 120. Very nice. Thwomp Ruins 200cc, a 115.853 by Alberto. Before the balance patch, Alberto still had the world record, a 116.172, stood for 292 days, where Japanese player Stove got a 116.153. Alberto took it back on the same day and then improved again. All 3 of those records were on April 1st, the Saturday, a 115.853. Let's give it a watch. Uses King Boo Cat Cruiser. Before the balance patch, it used Wario W25 Silver Arrow. Stove's record used Birdo Mach 8. And now we got King Boo Cat Cruiser. Fascinating. Shroom start. Great shortcut. Ooh. Okay. Nice little late anti-grav entrance. I like that. No comments by Alberto on this one. Oh yeah. Okay, that just happened. So you used to only do this lap 3. I guess they figured out to not get shot too far to the left so you can stay on the track, so that's cool. I wonder what they'll do lap 3 if he'll let himself get shot over all the way to the left. Yeah, nice. Great run. 115.853. We're getting to the end. Royal Raceway 150cc. A 155.277 by Alberto. Before the balance patch, Soman was dominating on this track. He had 3 world records that lasted 276 days, and then 260 days, and then 295 days. All by him. Crazy. Then the balance patch happened. The combo went from Waluigi Bitty Buggy to Yoshi Teddy Buggy by Alpaco. Then P with Peach Teddy Buggy. Then Alberto with 2 records on April 2nd. P's record was also this week. It was on March 28th. But Alberto's second record was 155.277 using Birdo Teddy Buggy, which is crazy to imagine on Royal Raceway, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm so used to Roy Bitty Buggy being the world record combo on Royal Raceway, or I guess Waluigi Bitty Buggy. Back when I was watching it, it was Roy Bitty Buggy. But anyway, Birdo Teddy Buggy on Royal Raceway 150cc. Nice motion rider. Ooh. I did not know about that. Nice. Super Mini Turbo into Super Mini Turbo into Ultra Mini Turbo into Super Mini Turbo barely into Mini Turbo into Mini Turbo. Nice. Don't believe Alberto had comments. Oh, he did. Rage and Nisk immediately after shortcut makes the track very inconsistent. Oh, so that's the new thing I was talking about. Okay. So I guess that is not as easy as it looks. And it makes the track very inconsistent. Nice. Well done doing it for 3 for 3. Nice. Very nice. Alright, Wildwoods 150cc, a 145.489 by Alberto. I forgot to open up the track and I can't find it. I found it. Alright, so before the balance patch, it was a 146.013 by Panda. He held it for 247 days. And then, Japanese player, who I cannot pronounce, but he got 2 world records. Or it was his second world record ever, his first being before the balance patch. Got a 145.964 using Yoshi Teddy Buggy, replacing Donkey Kong Biddy Buggy. Then, I believe this is Shira. Yeah, Shira took the world record twice on April 2nd, and then Alberto got the world record twice, also on April 2nd. We're on Sunday, by the way. It's the final day of the week. Long video. The final day of the week. These all used, or the first, yeah, all 4 of these use Yoshi Teddy Buggy. So here's Alberto's 145.489. He did have comments about this one. He said, same as Water Park, Shira simply replicated his baby strats with Yoshi. Baby strats were able to get tops before the patch, but world record was out of reach. I see. So, Wild Woods never had a baby world record, but a lot of tracks do have baby strats. They just aren't enough to get the world record. So what Alberto's saying is before the balance patch, the baby strats for the track, meaning like, you know, what mini turbos you get, you go for certain mini turbos that you don't go for with Waluigi. It was enough to get you a top 10 time. It was not enough to get you a world record. After the balance patch, you use those same strats, but with Yoshi, you're now fast enough to get the world record. So, good job to Shira, good job to Alberto. Anyway, the Nisk also was crazy on 150cc. You just saw that. I need to watch it again on lap 2. It's crazy. But this is cool because I never saw baby strats on Wild Woods. But I mean, yeah, not every track that has baby strats is enough to get a world record, but many tracks do have baby strats. People try to make it fast enough to get world record, don't always succeed. Wild Woods was an example of that. Anyway, drift like that to just fly. Oh, what? Alright, never mind. Baby strats use a mushroom. I lied. I guess you didn't see it lap 1. Damn. No more Nisk on 150. That's crazy. Okay. I respect it though. I mean, way easier. But nice. Maybe he did do a lap 1. I don't know, because it's a shoot start, right? Nice though. 145.489 by Alberto. Let's go. Coconut Mall 150cc, a 141.691, the first post-balance patch world record, beating Army's .767 time that used Baby Daisy Biddy Buggy. It stood for 253 days since July 23rd, 2022, but now on April 2nd, Yersin used Yoshi Biddy Buggy to get a 141.691. Very common theme we are noticing here. I don't think we've watched a single world record that uses a character lighter than Yoshi. So, unless Luigi's lighter, I don't know. But I mean like Baby Mario, Baby Daisy. What? Bro juked me, bro. I thought he was about to drive into that. God. This is one of the tracks I was thinking of time trialing first for the time trial series, so take note. Okay. Early trick, nice. Ooh, nice tricks on the fountain. Optimal air. Does not go up top. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. It's not faster to do the glider shenanigans, I guess. Not with Yoshi. I mean, that's a cool strat, you know. Kind of Mario Kart Stadium before motion glider vibes. I mean, the bottom path is definitely like only faster if you get that Super Mario Turbo. Seems kind of difficult to get, but nice time, 141.691 by Yersin. Guys, a quick note on Hyrule Circuit. Jenswa has provided some comments in the middle of this recording. You know, we talked about the Ink Striker Teddy Buggy. Jenswa says, Teddy Buggy is faster than Ink Striker here. Despite Ink Striker having more speed, Teddy turned out to be faster because of its handling and mini turbo advantage over Ink Striker. This run, the 119.965, is insane. Lap 1 is best known split, lap 2 was really good, and lap 3 is just 0.02 off of BKS. The best known splits give 0.8. Close to 0.9, but knowing how bad to time trial this track is, this run is insanely solid. So Jenswa is very proud of this run. Congratulations, Jenswa. The next track we're looking at is not Mount Wario. It is Rainbow Road 200cc by my guy Technical, a 131.519. And let's see, before the balance patch, I mean, Technical has dominated this track since October 26th, has been uncontested since October 26th, 2020, that is. He has had the world record for 895 total days. Anyway, he had a 131.842, stood for 101 days. He improved his own time the day of the balance patch release. Then he improved it again on March 14th and March 16th. Then this week, Sunday, April 2nd, a 131.519. This uses Luigi Bitty Buggy. Before the balance patch, this track still did use Yoshi Bitty Buggy, which was Technical's first world record after the balance patch was Yoshi, but now it is Luigi. Technical did provide some comments. He said Luigi, implemented in the .701, is faster than Yoshi now because his new mini turbo stat is equal to Yoshi's former mini turbo stat. The only thing that held him back from being faster pre-patch. I see. This run is 1 for 3 fast glider, which happens right here. I don't know which one is the fast glider. It's 0.1 time save per fast glider, but it does a recovery trick both times. So that was a recovery trick you just saw, which saves back around 0.02. Okay, so a 0.3 is absolutely doable. That's the end of his comments. All right, to sum it up, before the balance patch, Luigi was better than Yoshi for this track in every way except for his mini turbo stat. But with Luigi's buffed mini turbo stat, it's the same as Yoshi's old mini turbo stat, which makes Luigi faster. Doing a trick on that glider is the recovery strat for when you mess up fast, or not mess up, when you don't get a fast glider. Fast glider would save you 0.1, and if you don't get it, you'd lose that 0.1, but if you do the trick, you only lose 0.08. You get back 0.02. And that's about it, yeah. And then, given that you can do fast glider 3 for 3, Technical saying that even though this runs a 0.519, getting a 0.3x is definitely doable. There you can see he jumped, got no trick, he got the fast glider. Fast glider is just like your glider pops out early, it saves time. I don't know. Anyway, I hope you liked my live explanation of the run. 131.519. Guys, we only have 3 more world records to watch. This video has been an hour and 10 minutes. Let's get it done. All right, we are on Wii Moo Moo Meadows 150cc, a 123.981 by Alberto, who had the record before the balance patch with a 124.460 on July 18th, 2022. It's for 235 days. It used Baby Daisy Bitty Buggy. Then Japanese player K got 3 world records, 2 on the 10th and 1 on the 12th, using Birdo Bitty Buggy or Yoshi Bitty Buggy. Then Alberto, yesterday, Sunday, April 2nd, 2023, got the first sub 124 with a 123.981 using Yoshi Bitty Buggy. Wow. Wow. There's been a lot. This is 1 week, guys. 1 week. 7 days. Wow. Okay. Yoshi Bitty Buggy, Moo Moo Meadows, 150cc, Shroom Start. So he'll get the coins around the shortcut lap 1. Goes wide. Every coin matters. Will he go wide here? No. It don't matter that much. I'm just kidding. Okay. Nice. Oh, mini turbo trick off that. Nice. SMT into SMT is faster there. In between the cows. Great shortcut. Great mole tricks. $123.981. Well done. Wii Grumble Volcano 200cc, a 122.010. Slightly off of the sub. Before the balance patch, it was a 122.207 by Panda, who was dominating the track. Actually, not really. I felt like he was dominating the track. Oh, because he was. He had a world record for 441 days, and then Alberto had the record for 211 days. Then Panda took it back, then Alberto took it back, and then Panda took it back. Now Alberto has it. Post-balance patch. Luigi Teddy Buggy. 122.010. He set 2 world records, both on April 2nd, which was yesterday. Ever so close to the sub. Luigi Teddy Buggy is going to be interesting. I'm totally not used to this one. Let's give it a watch. Wow, I'm getting tired, guys. I've been sitting here for a long time. But that doesn't make this world record any less special. So let's give it a watch. Luigi Teddy Buggy. Getting it done on Grumble Volcano 200cc. This is fast. Disgusting. Alberto did actually have comments for this one, I'm pretty sure. The ending makes the track extremely inconsistent, so the world record can go much lower. I think he's talking about the ending of each lap, not like the ending of the track itself. And that would be the whole NISC situation that occurs. And yeah, I mean, that is pretty inconsistent. You can get really lucky. This whole part, you can be really fast, you can be really slow. That seemed pretty fast. I remember back in the day when Kevin had the world record on this track. Rare Kevin W. Sorry, common Kevin W. But, I mean, he didn't have a world record on a lot of tracks. But Grumble Volcano with Heavy Me Kevin. Heavy Me Fox, I think. Anyway. Boom. No trick needed. 122.010. Alright, guys. We ended off... Finally, we ended off with N64 Rainbow Road 150cc, a 119.469 by Vincent, who has dominated this track. He has had the world record for 1,090 days, 50.32% of this track's existence in this game. he has had the record. He has had the record uncontested since April 8th, 2020. We're nearing the 3-year mark of him having the world record on this track uncontested, which is crazy. He had the record before the balance patch, a 119.972. It used Dry Bowser, Mach 8, Leaf tires. That was the combo that this track has used for all the way since June 6th, 2017. So basically the entire time. And now it uses Blue Yoshi on the Bitty Buggy, which is crazy because like I'm so used to watching this track's record and it being Dry Bowser, Mach 8, Leaf tires, and now we have Blue Yoshi, Bitty Buggy as your roller. So there you go. I mean, dominating. 119.469. This was set yesterday, Sunday. He also got a 119.510 the day before on Saturday. Those were his 2 world records of the week. Mini turbo trick. Super high up in the air. And part of the... So Vincent, he's got a bunch of world records since the balance patch. Part of the balance patch was getting rid of the timer glitch on section tracks like this track, where your total time could only end in certain digits. Like, wait, was this not the case for this track? No, it is. Oh, your splits can only end. Yeah, in like 0, 0, 1, 6, 6, 7, 8, 3. But now your section 2 split can be 2, 0, 4. It can be 1, 6, 5. It can be anything. Whereas before it could only be something that ended with 0, 0, 3, 3, 1, 6. Based on frames. I don't know. It was some glitch. I'm not even watching the run. I apologize. Okay. Mushrooms. Motion gliders all the way to the left. Guys, that's going to do it. All world records set in the past week. Monday, March 27th to Sunday, April 2nd, 2023. I hope you have enjoyed this world record report / review weekly, week 1. Let me know in the comments once again your suggestions for formatting and anything else. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be an hour and 20 minutes every week. Hopefully not, for my sake. But this is definitely sustainable. Even if it was 2 hours, it would be way less work than World Record Review. So definitely something I'm going to keep up every Monday. Be here, subscribe, notification, join the Discord, all that. Thank you to Alberto. Thank you to Tech, Jenswa, providing feedback this week. To everyone else, thank you. Some people have already provided feedback for runs today. That will come next week. So yeah, guys. Great stuff to look forward to. I also got some fun videos, very exciting videos coming out this week. Very exciting, like massively exciting. So look forward to that, and I will see you guys. Let me get my left hand ready to hit stop recording. I will see you guys next time.